Marty Jones, will he try that again? Will he go for that same move in this start of the second round? Side headlock to young David. Now that won't worry Jones at all by itself. Grapevine, Jones. What we should see here in this second heat of the Combat Challenge Shield is some good wrestling from both men. Although they're different weights, neither of them are inclined to bend the rules or use foul moves in any way. And nicely, a perfect example, that headlock stayed. And no thought of using a punch or a hair pull by Marty Jones to get out of it then. Not always to be said for the man that the winner here will meet in the final. Mark Rocco. We'll be seeing next Saturday afternoon on World of Sport, of course. So cool. I was going to say Jones is so quick with those, but young David came back fast with that counter on the wrist lever. And the quick head man follow up again wasn't quick enough. Young David, very neat indeed. That counter move he's got tight now. He goes for the wrist lever on the way, and he's got it twice. Yes, but he's still in the wrist lever. He thought he was out of trouble then, but he's still in that wrist lever. And David was so slight against this very strong light heavyweight champion, and he just took him to the ropes, and he had to go over the top. There's no question about it then. Young David, how did he land? And it's very slow. That's what we were saying earlier. Marty Jones helping young David back in to the ring. And young David again counters before Marty Jones even thinks of making a move. Very quick, this boy. Still there. It's still there. Jones just cannot get rid of it. Young David not only giving away 2 stone 1 pound, but also a lot of experience here. Young David looks quite cool and relaxed here as he continues to counter with that double-handed wrist lever, which he does so well. Oh, that's a way to stop the whole thing for the moment. Nice quick arm roll. He's back in the same trouble, Jones. Each one full Nelson. And it's a folder. Oh, it's a folding press. Young David in trouble this time. But he did very well. It took Jones 3 minutes 40 seconds to get the first fall with that folding press held by the legs.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in 3 minutes 40 seconds, the second round, the first fall of the contest goes to Marty Jones.
Good, nice, clean wrestling bout, and congratulated by young David, who Jones wasn't quite sure what was happening then. He slapped him a little bit harder than expected. But there he is, the good-looking boy from near Warrington, and did very well until that fall came. 4 rounds to go.
Seconds away, round 3.
Now, can he come back into this by equalizing? It would be, oh, the house would come down here in Control Hall, Southport, if he did. Giving away 2 stone, a heck of a lot of experience. But so many neat moves that have been worrying Jones all the way through this bout. Both trying the same move, and they both decided to release, but young David took hold quickly. Quick reaction there. Now then. And yes, Jones' voice, you probably heard Marty Jones there saying, start counting, referee. He saw a pinfall chance coming up by rolling his man. And it did, but not for long. The referee getting a lot of advice from Marty Jones here, but he's only counted one up to now. And Jones agrees to release though. Tried 3 times. Not going to bother with it anymore. Side-headed now, Jones. Oh, the body. Oh, yay. And it was young David went into a body check there, and I bet he wishes he hadn't now. It worried Jones's left arm a bit, but it's worried young David a bit more. Neck especially, left arm and neck. Ooh, that was a vicious body check there. And very ambitious of young David to try it, I thought. Now, those finger interlocks. Young David has the slight advantage here at the moment. Yes. Jones is reaching to the spinner. Just about gets a smile on his face as he realizes he's clear of that one. Some great stuff here. So young David just came up a little too early there. Young David, his head was grabbed in that side head up too quickly. Now Jones could have landed a vicious back elbow there, but he didn't. He just wore it. Terrific one by David. Terrific one. And nice folder, and it's Jones again. Oh, nearly. Couldn't quite get the balance. And young David once more escapes. One fall down, remember, David. And he very nearly succumbed there to the second fall. It would be tremendous for the young lad if he could just get a fall against the light heavyweight champion. Great here. And he's got a submission on hold on now that could cause him problems. Arm lever right against the joint. The Jones left leg foot hooked right underneath the back of David's knee, and very unpleasant position to be in. Beautiful left. It's a beautiful left for the boy. And great. He's returned the compliment to Marty Jones, who did that to him in the first round to get a break. Only in the opposite corner this time. Very neat. And the applause there, what the crowd thought of that. That's a vicious posting. That's a couple of David taken down. Nice switch, nice switch. He got the switch in beautifully. A minute to go, and now a monkey climb coming up for David. A beauty. A beauty. And nobody more surprised than Jones. And again, goes for a posting. The feet didn't land right this time at all. It's a folding press for Jones, but nicely out again with 40 seconds to go in round 3. Beautiful stuff by both these men, but you've got to admire young David, of course, giving away all this weight. Oh, he was going for the head scissors, missed it. Got a second chance with this man on the deck. And again, he's got that arm levered right back as well as the head and the head scissors. Figure 4 style. 15 seconds left. Can David hold out? Nowhere near the ropes. He can't get a ropes break here. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and he's out on the bell. Excellent effort. He got out of it. Not out of the complete move, but he got out of it very well. And the crowd obviously here appreciate every move he makes against the heavier and more experienced man. Young David, who turned pro only a couple of years ago. Cousin, incidentally, of the famous Dynamite Kid, who is not over here at the moment. He's in America, I think.
Seconds away, round 4.
And not only a cousin of the Dynamite Kid, young David, of course, he's trained by the same man that came from the Ted Beckley stable. Beckley, of course, is now retired from his famous gym is now closed. He's retired to the Isle of Man. So see no more of these young boys like Steve Wright, Dynamite Kid, young David come from that tremendous stable there in up north, Warrington.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So, with 3 rounds to go, including this round 4, of course, young David in the dark strip, trailing by that 1 fall in round 2, still trying to come back into this bout against the mighty man in the light heavyweight division.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Whatever happens in this contest, I would certainly like to see this bout again, because it hasn't turned out to be any easy way for Marty Jones at all. But I think he probably thought, and I certainly thought it would be. Oh, yes.
2, 3,
He's getting
4,
the wrong end of the 2 backdrops now.
7, 8.
Double leg grab over for the full Boston crab. Get that leg over, he's in the Boston, and that could be the submission that Jones wants. Yep, he's there. Now, can this young lad take this amount of punishment without giving? Remember that if he wants to give, the referee's Dave Reese is right there. All he has to do is to say so. Marty Jones decides to release him very sportingly. He could have gone on with that and weakened the back more. And he said the boys held out. Good for him, man. Won't insist on
5,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, caught beautifully. It's the second time David's caught Jones with one of those.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, the back elbow into the throat, and surprised look on Marty Jones' face. He said, I've been doing that. I didn't expect it to return. And Jones going to get a little tough with that headbutt to the stomach.
5, 6, 7.
But he's getting tough fairly. Oh, beautiful throw. Beautiful throw, and across. And he didn't make it. Still, young David managed to push him off. Just in time. Tries the same move again, cross press finish. No finish.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And a couple of minutes to go, and it's a double arm, and it's a suplex to Jones, and he tries the cross press finish again, and he gets a 2 and only.
2, 3, 4.
And I think the referee's face showed up that it's most amazing. Looking at his young David from underneath with that double arm, and almost gets a count of 2 pinfall. And Marty Jones, the first to say, bad luck, kid, you'd almost got me there. Well, what a bout this has turned out to be, this second heat. Remember, the winner of these 2 goes into the final next Saturday afternoon on World of Sport. Final of the 4-man combat challenge shield against Mark Rocco of Manchester. Mark Rocco, we saw earlier, had a lot of trouble with Mel Sanders. And now the other one expected to get into the final. Favorite, of course, Marty Jones, having at least an equal amount of problems with young David. 1 minute to go. So many submission holds. Marty Jones looking up at the referees. He's trying everything. He can't make this boy submit from anything. He's trying a single leg Boston now. 40 seconds to go. Half a minute. Jones really putting his weight back there in that single leg. Still David takes it, and Marty Jones once again decides to try something else. He can't get anywhere with that. He's trying the surfboard, but he's only got about 12 seconds to do it, and he'll have to hurry. He'll have to really move. He's got 8 seconds. He's left it too late now, surely. He might just get it on, but he can't get a submission point. 3 seconds. No chance now. Too late. David relief as he hears that bell. And Marty Jones looks up at the timekeeper. Disbelief. He couldn't believe he heard the bell just as he was going to lay on that surfboard there. But sportingly goes back to his corner. And we've got to go for round 5.
Seconds away, round 5.
Well, still Marty Jones leading young David by 1 full to 0.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, perfectly legal headbutt to the stomach.
3, 4.
Not one illegal move have we seen in this bout so far. Both men really going out. Good wrestling skills and outcomes. It's wonderful to watch.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I hope you're enjoying this at home as much as the packed crowd here at the floor of Southport. And everybody here, and I'm sure at home too, hoping that young David can get back into this bout. He's been so near. Can he take him with him? He can, but no. Did Marty Jones roll out? It's a folding press again, but it's again over the top double leg Nelson. Folding press now to David. And it's double leg Nelson to David again. And it's beautiful folder. And no, it's not going to end this one. Absolutely no chance there. All off balance, and it's young David getting the first one. He's got the folder. He's got it the 3rd time. How about that, kid? Fantastic. And Jones can't believe it. In 1 minute, 15 seconds of round 5, David comes back with an equalizing fall after all that rolling. Manages on the 3rd occasion to get the folding press. Beautiful.
In 1 minute, 15 seconds of round 5, the equalizing fall goes to young David.
And great appreciation, and why not, for this boy from Warrington coming back. It looked like a certain defeat in the penultimate round, and he's still leaving himself a round to go in case he can summon up the winner from somewhere. Marty Jones went to congratulate him, but he must be really a bit shaken about that one.
Seconds away, the 6th and final round.
So now, 1 fall each. Final round, yes, Marty. Marty just checking. There's the final round. I don't know what that means. Whether he's gonna go. Whether he doesn't believe it's gone that distance already, or whether he just wants to check before he goes in really hard to make sure of this win, because that shield he wants. And he doesn't want to take any risk, but he fell for that one, and it's David on the top, and can he hold the shoulders down? No, too much strength there. But a good effort. An excellent effort. Oh, I'd like to see this bout again with these two, Marty Jones and young David. Whatever happens in this one, I hope we see that on television before long.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Cross press. No, that looked like the end, and Jones can't believe it again. What has he got to do to get this boy sewn up here? Fly out, and it got Jones again, but it hurt David as well there. It's just a question of who's the most severely weakened. David up, but out of the ring, going to use the top rope. Fly out, and he missed badly. Now, where did he land there? Shaking as he's lying there, and it looks rough. 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's Jones coming here, but it's Jones going out. David up just in time to send Jones over, and Jones certainly was not expecting that one. Amazement on Jones's face as he went out of the ring there. It's a fly out this time by Jones, cross press, and surely that must be it this time. No, it isn't. And still Jones has to try something else. What has he got to do? This time double knee. He's got the feet. He's making sure of it this time. No chance for young David Jones. A beautiful bout. The winner, Marty Jones, in 1 minute, 45 seconds of the final round. And you can hear that applause to what the crowd here think about it. Wonderful.